Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday. Today, I was reading the news. They're talking about what President Obama did and what Mitt Romney did to commemorate the passing or the anniversary of 9/11 and involved Twitter and something. It was just kind of strange. But today, I want to talk about nationalism versus patriotism because I feel like there's just this weird issue of contention about whether we as Americans are patriots or nationalists, what the difference is. So I thought I would explain that to you in the best way that I can. So here we go. If your education was anything like mine was, I first learned the term nationalism when we were learning about Germany in the 1930s. Nationalism, in that regard, is basically the belief that your country is the best and that you should go propagate all this other land because that's like you're entitled to it. That is how I learned what nationalism is, and that's when I googled it today to make sure it was still that. That is the definition that came up. So that is nationalism. Patriotism is having pride in your country and its culture and the various aspects of it, like a sense of community, basically that you feel aligned with your country, that you are where you belong, and that you're proud to be where you're from. I want you to note the difference between nationalism and patriotism. Nationalism is believing you're the best, and patriotism is having pride where you're from. That's a pretty clear distinction, right? Nationalism's like everyone should be like us, and pride is like we're awesome, but I'm sure other countries are awesome too. One thing that I see in politics a lot, which is slightly disturbing to me, is this constant need for the politicians who are running for whatever office to affirm that America is the best. And if they don't say this, they're often treated as anti-American, as if they are not patriotic enough to be running for office. So the things you have to say during the conventions, it's just very much so America is the best, we are number one, we will go after being the only superpower in the world, other countries want to be us. I don't understand why it is we think that is okay, that's normal. If we go back to our definition from earlier, we see that that is nationalism, not patriotism. And a lot of times, what I see as American patriotism is nationalism masquerading under a different name. If we call ourselves nationalists, we'd be compared to Nazi Germany, and that's something we want to be compared to. But just because we're calling it patriotism doesn't mean it's not nationalism. And I guess it's just crazy to me that we think that's okay. We think it's okay to actually no, it's not okay. It's normal. That is normal. And if you are not that, then you're anti-American. And the labeling of those who don't believe that America is the best as anti-American people who I guess want to see us fall to China, um, that's the problem. I am proud to be from America. I like America. It's great. I don't believe America is the best. I'm not an anti-American, though. I don't think that America should fall to China or be overrun by Mexico. That's not what I'm saying when I say that I don't believe America is the best country to be in. I don't know if there is the best country to be in. I think each country has its own merits, and what we fail to recognize when we say that America is the best is that every other country also thinks it's great. And by saying that, we're just insulting those people, which is why it's so shocking to me when people are amazed that they don't like Americans because they think their country is the best. I'm sorry if you are offended by my interpretation of these events, of the way that we masquerade our nationalism as patriotism, but I just think this is an issue. I think this is something that's worth talking about. All of us going around proclaiming America as the best, it's not doing anything for our national image, and that's normal is just scary to me. Which is why it's not surprising that oftentimes we act as the policemen of the world, because we think that we're the best and everyone else should be like us, even though that probably isn't the case. So, sorry that this video was not very funny. I have another one planned for next week that hopefully might be funnier. I just try not to be nationalist. That'd be like really cool. That's it. I will see you on Friday.